message just happened. I'll tell you why this message happened. Today, I didn't play any Destiny whatsoever, so I don't know how the fuck this is going on. The day before, I was in Gambit, and I was on, I think, 4 fire teams, matches or lobbies, what do you want to call them? And 2 of them we lost, and I was still like second, third place in the leaderboard. I wasn't like sitting at the bottom with 0 motes banked or 0 enemies killed or 0 guardians eliminated. Um, I was performing pretty well. I was connected okay. I was interfacing with the game and the game mechanics and helping my team get wins like usual. However, I did notice that when a certain number of individuals in our lobby would get within melee range of me, my internet connection would lag out fucking hard. Bungie does not want to admit that their game is choking on cheaters right now, because they don't care about who plays the game or how many of us are playing the game or how many units of the game have been moved. All they care about is the amount of time that's being played in the game. And I honestly also believe that the Bungie system or whatever the program that runs the game, the engine or whatever they want to call it, I think there is an algorithm in the game that deliberately fucks your connection so that this kind of shit can come down, or more importantly, to basically, because right now Crucible is like the best way to get medals in Guardian games. It really is, um, and which is kind of sad, honestly. And I mean, I could spam out lost sectors back and forth, but Gambit and Crucible are the 2 best ways to get medals right now. Vanguard operations take too long. Uh, Sections of enemies, though you're not killing anything, you're not earning any medals. You think about that. One of the many reasons why I don't like Guardian games. It's not a measure of your speed or your cleverness or anything else. It's a measure of how killy you are. And I mean, it's a first-person shooter. So that's a given. But I mean, like they couldn't have had Sparrow Racing as one of the events in here, to test Guardian abilities, or player abilities. I thought Sparrow Racing was a really good test of our abilities. And just like everything else, someone can cheat. It's not. I don't think it'd be hard to do so. I mean, lagging in Sparrow Racing would be like the thing, and it was. One of the last few Sparrow races that I was in, I could totally tell that the person who was winning every game was lag switching. But aside the point, I got this message about a year ago, early April, and what it did was is it fucked me up towards the end of my season, and I was pushing my character, I was pushing my account, I was pushing myself, getting ready to do things like raids and Grandmaster Nightfalls and all the hot kid, cool kids shit that they wanted us to do. And then this happened, and I was like, you're taking away Gambit, which is my favorite activity in the game, apart from going through lost sectors, and you're taking away PvP Crucible, which is like one of the best ways for me to farm resources, and those resources being glimmer, shards, and just gear in general. Because I don't give fucks all about where I fall on the leaderboard as long as our team gets a win. I will take a KD of 0.30 if it meant that my team won because I was a diversion. I was the rabbit. That's the way I play, and that's the way I think about strategy and tactics. It's you need. I want to. I don't mind being that dozen eggs that needs to make the omelet. Seriously. And yeah, I know I salt off about the fact that I jumped a whole clip and 2 punches in that fucker's face, but the guy behind me pops off with a fucking single shot and gets the kill. I get a little pissy about that idea because it was a time, if you put even just a bullet on the target, you got credit for the kill. And there are some, um, but mainly, I mean, I've been thumping this on the as a fire team do X earn Y. Then why can't all the that? Why can't Gambit all say as a team item? I mean, that's kind of like cool when you think about it. 120 modes would be kind of difficult because I think it's 100 modes to use summon a primeval. That means that give your opponent's teams the Bloodsucker medal at least twice, so you can get 120 modes. or even maybe like collect 200 modes. You know, that means that somebody's going to have to die with modes. I mean, to me, that asking a player to fail is more of a challenge than asking them to beat out all 11 other players in a 6v6 match or all 7 other players in a 4v4 Gambit. But now it doesn't look like I'm going to be playing any PvP or Gambit, even though I love Gambit, and I've already gilded my title, so it's like, if you want to restrict me from the rest of the fucking season from completing things, I don't complete things. I'm not into the fucking trophies, triumphs, and titles anymore. The only reason why my Dredged title gets gilded is because I'm everything but the shotgun, thing away. I mean, it's quite literally. When I looked at this, I was like, oh, all I have to do is get shotgun final blows and win a few more matches, and that's happened, and that happened, and there I go. I'm gilded. Am I wearing the title? I don't know. Maybe I should, but I don't normally. Not unless someone's like totally flexing and then being a troll with it. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, I'm so proud of you and your, Dredgen title, but go RP in an actual RP. This is not one of those. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is medals. That's all the reason why I'm doing it. I had all this shit since I've been playing Guardian games, and I wasn't even fully aware of it. This was just Friday's activity, and Saturday, I think. Yeah, see. Oh, McEard. Okay, so what's left? So this is all just actually getting the medals. Combatants is PvP. So I have to be in PvP or Gambit in order to make this happen. It's interesting. Interesting that I'm going to lose out on Guardian games because I'm going to get kicked out of. And I don't understand why. Why is it a problem with? Why is it a problem with only Gambit and Crucible and not Vanguard Operations? I mean, because I'm not. I can't solo Vanguard Operations. I have to. I have to play with 2 other people, and they're saying that it's detrimental to other people's experiences if I don't have a proper internet connection. And I'm like, I do, assholes. Bungie is Destiny is the only game for the last 2 years that has had any significant problems. And Quinn Kadinky, it's all about the time they were doing fucking crossplay. So it's like, what the fuck, idiots? Why don't you guys unfuck yourself and stop blaming your players? Because if you want to blame your players, blame the fucking guys who are hacking and cheating, because that's what's causing the problems. When you cheat in a peer-to-peer game, no, this is not my own knowledge. This is actually, I would qualify this as hearsay, honestly. But according to the persons that I spoke with about, why do people cheat in the game? What's the actual impact on the game itself? And this is the reason why the most times that I'm playing Crucible or Gambit, the lag is so bad. And they're like, well, first of all, the networking can't support those kinds of that intensity of activity, and or can't support the people who are cheating. I'm like, ah, and I said, well, how bad is it for people to cheat? I mean, what does it matter other than the fact that you're not going to win because somebody else is cheating? And they said, well, apart from the the problem that you have, with them winning the match unfairly, it does overall just generally impact the gameplay. And it's not, and if they're cheating in an open zone like this, like if this was a zone where a strike can launch or pass through, and somebody was cheating in that strike, everybody here would go through lag also, because it's a peer-to-peer network. That means that right now, everybody on this roster is sharing the load. Oh, look, my connection is perfectly fine because I know it is. But the moment I go into Crucible, the moment I go into Gambit, well, man, not so much Gambit, but the moment I get into Crucible, after about 2 matches of basically mollywomping the enemy, the opponent team, if we stay in that lobby, or if anybody from those 2 lobbies carries forward, eventually my internet connection is going to start tanking. And you know what? most times I don't really think it is a cheater. I don't think it's somebody going like, I'm being beaten by this asshole who obviously doesn't give a shit that much about this game to have weapons. I'm being killed by a Seraph Carbine? What the fuck? I'm being killed by a fucking Ecolos? What the fuck? Oh, I'm so jealous you got these guns still. Blah, 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 blah. Or whatever the fuck the drama of it is. But I think it's the game itself. I think the game is going like, no, you're getting too much done too fast. We need you to keep playing. And that's what I don't know. It sounds in the in the in the circles of conspiracy theories, this is called the targeted. And I do believe that my account is specifically targeted by Bungie on occasion because I only play one character. I play a lot of that one character, but I'm not doing raids. I'm not doing Grandmasters. I'm not doing Legendaries. I'm not doing challenge modes. I'm getting what I'm getting and saying what I'm saying, all the while trolling lost sectors. And why? Because it can, and it's supposed to be that way. Bungie's all the fucking time going on about play the game, go away, and you're still going to get rewards. Well, no. You say that, but you say that in a passive-aggressive, gaslighting kind of tone. It's like, because your actions in the game towards your players doesn't say that. If I want to, I mean, because you don't need to flex. You don't need to flex in this game. There's no point to it. So I'm basically going to crush out my gunsmith calibrations. And then I'm going to probably peace out and go play with a company that actually respects its players' time and money. And, yeah. Anyway, if you guys made it this far, thanks for stopping by. Get a different opinion about, I think, about the way I think that Bungie is deliberately sabotaging certain accounts for whatever their reasons are, go ahead, leave a comment. In fact, comment on anything that I've said in this video or previous videos. It's fine.